This is a Balanced Brain podcast with your hosts, Melanie Nicholson and Sean Clift.
Hey everybody, Sean Clift here from the Balanced Brain podcast. We're going to do another one of our quick little brain snaps. Melanie's waiting for us to give her a call because she's been learning how to surf and I want to check in with her and see how she's going. So let's give her a buzz. All right, it's ringing. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey Melanie, how are you?
Are you there?
Hey Melanie, how are you?
Hey, how you going?
Yep, going well. How's things? Listen, we're recording for the podcast, so you know. I've heard you told me a little while ago that you've been learning how to surf, but trip to Byron Bay a couple of weeks ago, how did it go?
Yeah, it's so I got up for the first time.
Great.
I think it was about 5 seconds.
Well, that's a great achievement.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I just kind of stopped overthinking it because I was like watching videos and stuff on how to surf. And I have, used to do a lot of wakeboarding in my 20s. I haven't done that for a while. Stand-up paddleboarding, I've done a bit. But yeah, it was really good, but it was better to be in obviously a lot smaller waves. And I had another girl I was watching. She was obviously learning too. And I could just kind of see her jump up, and it really helped me to actually see someone in the water doing it, rather than watching it on YouTube and that. And it was just really interesting how I could actually see her doing that, because that really helped me. And it was just like I was doing it way too quick trying to jump up.
Okay.
Going, because when you watch pro surfers, they was like,
pop
up.
Yeah, they make it look easy.
Yeah.
So why did you want to learn to surf? What's the reason?
I really miss wakeboarding, but they kind of said not to do that after the injury, like with my plate and everything, because wakeboarding's got a heavy head injury toll. But I mean, surfing can as well. But just because I love being in the water, being down the beach, and I saw with Aaron, my partner, like he's a lifelong surfer, and there's just a sense of freedom going out and getting up on the board.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just I just wanted to learn a new skill. And like, I know everyone's like, that gets, once you get over 40, that's really hard and surfing's really hard. But I just think I didn't really want to be caught up in that. I just wanted to give it a go. I've got a massive 8-foot.
Yeah.
Odyssey, it's
okay.
huge. So I feel really good. I'm really confident paddling out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just the jumping up. So yeah, no, I really loved it. I recommend anyone give it a go because it's just so nice with all the things that have been going on the last 16 months. Really, it just feels really free when you're out there and you can jump up. So but it's going to take a lot of practice. And yeah, I think the winter is better in Newcastle, the waves, so it's better surfing.
Yep. Okay.
Winter. So yeah, I'll have.
So what happened when you were in Byron? Not good surf, or?
No, it was not good, but it's perfect for a beginner.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think that's sometimes hard in Newcastle because it's not always good waves for a beginner. Like it's more for advanced.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it can be hard. But I've also been out to a place called Anna Bay, and that's a really good place to learn to surf too. So yeah, it's just really interesting taking up a whole new skill like that when you've
look, I know it's a challenging thing to learn. I mean, I've been surfing for many, many, many years, and when I say I'm a surfer, I'm a longboarder. I'm the same. I've got a big 9-footer that I just love to stand up and glide along waves. So I actually don't like it when it's very big. I just like it when it's nice and small and clean. But I just find it so therapeutic. It's just such an amazing thing to do. It's good for your fitness. It's good for your cardio. It's like meditating, really. I mean, it's a very meditative experience.
Like when the first time I went out, there wasn't really a lot coming through, and it's just those big breaks. I mean, you could be waiting 10 minutes, as you would know, sitting on a board, and that's the part I found relaxing and meditative. Like just sitting out there, like sitting up on your board, waiting. You might have a little chat with the other surfers around you. That's what I think is.
Yeah, and then when you're on the wave, you've got to be completely present.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fan. I remember one of the best times I ever went surfing. I didn't even catch a wave, and I paddled out with my friend, one of my very old friends, Gary, out near Burleigh Heads, and it was right on sunrise, and it was sort of a winter's morning, so we had our thick wetsuits on, and we paddled out there, and I thought to myself, well, there's probably a couple of ways for the shortboarders, which my friend Gary's a shortboarder, and I was out there with my longboard, and I just decided to not even try because they were a little bit, fast and crashy for me. So, but as we were sitting out there and the sun was coming up and these big pot of dolphins sort of swam past, and, you could hear the lorikeets in the big pine trees on Burleigh Point, and it was just a magnificent experience.
Yeah.
And a morning that I'll never forget. And that's what surfing does, it can be a really great sporting experience, but it can be just such really great spiritual experience too. I really recommend people, give it a try if they've got the opportunity, for sure.
Well, what I also found really interesting is, and I think we're going to do a podcast about breathing.
Yeah.
And, when I was getting dumped all the time, those first couple of times, obviously people panic when they think they're going to drown. But then because I've done, I even used to do some breathing when I was a kid, when I was, just pain and all that sort of stuff. But it's really about calming yourself through breath when you've been dumped, and it was just even getting used to that. And I think that's a fear for a lot of people who might want to learn to surf, but the best thing to do is get dumped the first time over and over again, so you know that you're not going to die, basically. So you just keep coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to and I've been I follow Wim Hof. I don't know if you've seen him.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So that's given me more confidence with learning those techniques and that. But we could do a whole other brain stuff on that, do a session. But
maybe we could track down someone to talk to us that's a bit of a breathing expert one day. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really the new thing that people need to relearn, because, there's definitely a whole lot we can do it. But I'm really loving that I got the surfboard, and, it's just for me getting out there regularly and practicing. But, it's cool.
All right, great. Well, hopefully one day when we can catch up again sometime, we can go out and paddle out.
Oh, yeah, paddle out.
That'd be great.
I'll be one of the cool kids.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Mel, good to catch up again.
Yeah,
I know
great.
we've got a couple of other full lengths coming up, so looking forward to catching up with you soon.
Okay, great.
See you, Mel. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
So there you go. That's Melanie Nicholson there, learning a new skill after the age of 40, which is always really difficult. And surfing's challenging, even for me, when I haven't been out for a few weeks or a month or so. It's a hard thing for me to get back into as well. So, I hope she goes really well, and we'll check in with her to see how her progress is. All right, folks, thanks again for listening to the Balanced Brain podcast. My name's Sean Clift. My co-host is Melanie Nicholson, and we'll speak to you again soon.